Janine saying, make it playful. I really feel like I can play with you.
Heck yeah. I love being on my farm and playing.
Yeah. Fantastic.
We're going to go talk about fermented foods for our chickens today. So we are practitioners on a farm wanting to teach people how easy it is to feed their chickens really healthy.
Super easy.
Yep. So this is Sarita. Did you get your
It's charging.
Okay. All right. So let's head on down. These are just Yep. We are. So here are my chickens. They always run up to me because they want some food. See, there's some that bird there. That's part of a bird. And there's part of a bird. So it looks like all my chickens and ducks. So we have 15 ducks and 12 chickens.
And this is a chicken.
Yeah, my chicken coop. So let's see how many eggs we have. So we want
This is exceptional.
none in there, none in there, none in there. Oh, we only have one today. Okay, that's been unusual. I have had 5.
So Franny, what's the deal with winter and egg?
So I haven't had most winters. I barely get any eggs in January and February when it's super cold. So this is what we're trying to. This isn't scientific, but it seems like this year, the way I'm doing the feed, we are getting a lot better egg production. Okay. So I'm going to take this shovel full of feed and pour it in here. So our ingredients aren't on there, is that correct?
Yeah, so what's in it, Franny?
So this is scratch, it is layer pellets, it's bird seed, it's and a mix of whatever came off our shelf from our pantry, our cool room, grains that were going bad, oats, quinoa. It had probably, I can't even remember everything. It actually had coconut flour, almond flour,
Cranberries.
And
what, like a green supplement that you weren't using that was old?
The green, I can't even remember the name of it. I used to use it and I stopped using it.
Like in your smoothies or something, like Power Greens or something like this.
And so I put that in here because they were several years old. And so our mice had gotten into some of these grains, and we didn't want to consume them, so I'm going to give them to my chickens. So you can also actually put in your buckets, I wouldn't put it in this box, but in the bucket you can put things like scraps from your compost bucket where celery, anything you're cutting up. They don't like onions much, but you can also put that in this bucket to ferment for 3 or 4 days. So
here are the chickens, and here's Franny with her water bucket.
And I put my water out so the chlorine comes out of it overnight. It doesn't all come out, but so that helps be a little bit less chlorinated for them. And I stir this up.
So you're just pouring the water into the feed.
Yep. So that'll sit
for how long?
So this is today, that's tomorrow, that's the next day, then we come back to this one.
Okay, so
1, 2, 3,
what they're
4 days.
eating is 4 days old.
Oh, my little duck is getting in it. You like it, don't you? You know what your food is. So this is today's feed. And I'll take it up. These are fairly heavy. All right, guys, don't come out. And I gotta put handles on these buckets.
Chickens and ducks. Chickens and ducks. And we've got the rabbit hutch over here.
They all know how good it is, and they love this food.
Look at them gathering around.
So I pour the liquid off the top.
And also you can see the goats are interested and Krusty's interested.
So I pour the liquid off the top. And it's got a few little seeds floating around. And then I go down and make a little strip of feed so they don't poop in it.
Oh, it's just like a little highway of food and they don't Poop on it.
And they
Gotcha.
just eat it, and they love it. They eat it every day. It's all gone every time I come back. And it's all soaked. And you use 1/3 less food when you do it this way.
And how many more eggs are you getting this way?
So it appears that I get, so I have 8 hens, and I'm getting anywhere from 5 to 7 eggs a day in the middle of winter, and I've never had that before. So I
Cool.
typically go 2 or 3 months during the winter with only 1 or 2 eggs, you know, maybe 3 every so often. So this seems to be helping with, I don't know for sure, it's not scientific, but it seems to be helping with getting more egg production. So it's super easy. It's an extra step or two, but you know, than just throwing feed out to them.
Now, are you also doing this with the goats
No,
or the rabbits?
no,
Okay.
nope, just the chickens. So, so it seems to help, and it seems to help me get a better egg production. So I take my bucket and I rinse it out, and I throw it out here for some of these ducks that are.
And so, Franny, tell me about these faucets. What's special about them?
Basically they don't freeze,
Yeah.
so the water goes back down the pipe, and so you don't, you know, so they don't freeze. So I throw that out there, and there's a little bit more, a few more bites of seeds, and then I put this back over here.
And tell me about your system one more time. What are these 4 buckets?
So this is where I started today. So tomorrow that bucket is the one that I use to feed them with. So I don't forget which, you know, so I just go that way, come here, go that way, come here. So everybody has a different system on how they want to do it.
And do you stir those every day?
I don't stir all of them, no.
Just the
one
one.
I'm making and the one I'm feeding. I stir it up.
Gotcha.
And that's pretty much it. And they love it. They all love it. In fact, I can open the gate and all these ducks will probably go in because they want to go eat.
Do y'all want to go in and have a little feast?
So, and I usually run them in. Go on. Go on. Go on that way. Go on. Although these guys may be waiting on dog food and goat feed, but see, they'll go in. Most of them will. Come on, guys, go. Go that way. Go that way. Go eat. There you go. I can do a little less rabbit feed.
Hello, hello, ducks.
All right. Rabbits in a bit. So this is our tractor barn. We have a tractor here, and we have all this stuff for our animals. So we call this the tack room, even though we don't have horses. We just call it the tack room. But we get big, huge rats in there, so we actually keep our buckets out here. They seem safer for whatever reason than being closed up. So this is dog food, goat food, chicken food, and rabbit food. We raise our animals eventually to have our own meat and raise them healthily. So, and I want to provide meat for my family. We're not planning on selling meat. We may in the future if we find it feasible. So I've never had goats. I'm a city girl, so I'm learning. We got 3 baby goats from our neighbor, and so one passed away about 6 weeks ago, maybe with pneumonia. We're not quite sure, just really fast. But our goats are generally very healthy. We have a Pyrenees that helps protect them.
Do you think the goat died of the COVID?
Do what?
Do you think the goat died of the COVID?
I don't think so. I hope not. We did have COVID here. So here's dog food. We feed her once a day. And she's really good at protecting our goats. And actually it does help protect even some of our birds, even though she's separated from them. Just from her barking, we know it's helped us not lose any birds in a long time.
And so these boxes have like lockdowns on them. Do you like engage those locks, or how do you keep it safe?
They break. They're kind of cheap.
I gotcha.
So I just put this board and a battery on top to
All
keep them heavy. And nothing's gotten in them so far. We haven't had a raccoon come raid us.
Right on.
We mostly have trouble with rats getting in. So out here, for whatever reason, we don't get I think because our cats kind of run around and they seem
And they
to
mouse,
keep
they mouse, they
Yep.
mouse,
they seem to
they
keep
mouse the barn. They're working.
Yeah, they seem to keep them away. So, hey guys, and these birds love. They come and steal the food as I throw it in the gate. I mean, throw it through the fence. We're going to try to get a different system here because although we thought it was being wasted, but it actually isn't because they come help eat the scraps that don't make it over. So let me do the goats first because that keeps them out of Chester's way.
So you just toss it in there.
Yep. So a little bit's out here, and these guys come and gobble it up. And then there's her food.
So this is a Pyrenees, and they're bred to protect
Yep.
your livestock.
Yep. And she's the sweetest dog. We're not supposed to pet her. We try not to.
And why is that?
Because they won't work as hard. And since we've petted her, she will jump over the fence. I know she goes after the goats.
What's she doing there?
She wants to run the ducks away from her food. But they realize she can't come through the fence. But she will jump over the fence now and come to our barn at the top, which, you know, she wants to be with us instead of the goats because we petted her a little bit too much. But she's really good at protecting her goats.
Good deal.
As long as we don't let her jump across. I know, look, I had 9 babies at one time. We kept counting and kept counting over a 3-day period, and we found 9. And so we found that so far 3 may have been males. We don't know, but you can tell because they fight with each other. But they're all have been in this cage, and it's been a little crowded, but that actually keeps them from having more babies, and we didn't want them to have any more.
So they don't breed when they're overpopulated.
Exactly. So, but I don't, I want them to be a little less overpopulated or be able to separate them a little better. And we're going to get a system where we raise rabbits to eat but have them really comfortable. We want them to be safe and comfortable and warm, or have something because they like the hay. They'll eat it, but then they'll poop on it. So we have to keep the hay scraped out.
And then their food is basic commercial rabbit food?
Yeah, just, we do try to get non-GMO and things like that.
And what's it actually made of? Rabbit pellets? Any idea?
I don't know.
Me either.
Maybe alfalfa. I'm not quite sure what they put in it. At some point, I really do want to learn how to feed them naturally off our land as much as possible.
What would they be
and we
eating?
give them kale. We give them, anytime we're growing the garden. But in the winter, of course, we don't have as much. Well, sometimes we have a lot of kale in the winter.
So
but
just
this year
think
we
Peter
didn't.
Rabbit, like it said, eat carrots and that eat.
No, in fact, you have to be careful with some store-bought food. Like lettuce, certain things don't treat them as well. So you want to have more home, garden-grown things. They love grasses. They like certain foods that we can grab and give to them. So right now there's just not a lot out here. I use one of these little children's hose.
Oh,
the
perfect.
It's the perfect size for my chicken house when I'm cleaning out their little egg, my egg.
Very playful.
Yeah, my egg bins, and then it's easier to use something this small to clean out their cages. To pull the hay out and stuff like that. So, and all of this will go in my garden. All this stuff underneath. In fact, it'll probably go in next weekend.
Rabbit poop galore.
Yep.
Compost.
And some hay, and right.
Rich.
So, see, we even made these little hutches with a door to get open so they can go back and forth. And so we can let a male come this way, but they chew on everything. So they've chewed on a lot of the wood in here. And so in the springtime, we've got to clean all this off. We've got to brush it, dust it, get it ready for, health. Our 2 males down there look really good.
They do look good.
And I don't know, maybe it's idealistic for me to think that they should have to have a big rabbit habitat. Maybe it's kind of silly for me to do that, but I just want happy rabbits before I eat them. So anyway, I guess I'm for no animal cruelty, but we've learned that these guys will fight with each other a good bit. So we have to get the guys out. We can't always tell which ones are guys really easily when they're small, but we're working on, a system to really make sure that these rabbits stay happy and healthy. So,
According.
to protect then from pooping on their hay, Tim used to have racks that went on the back of their cage to where they could pull the hay out and eat it and they wouldn't poop all over it. So that's what we're going to try to do this summer, is get them ready for next winter. The other thing I'd really like to do is have some little cubby holes for them to climb in with hay, so when it's really, really cold, they have a little warmer place.
That sounds cozy.
So,
and
so
hygienic.
that's my goal, to make these rabbits happier. The other thing is to either build more cages or have bigger cages, you know, where 3 or 4 female rabbits can be together, you know, and cozy. And then separate them when they're pregnant, you know, and they're having more babies. So it all takes a little time to, you know, get everything regulated, and
it's a learning curve.
Yeah, it is, and make better systems that work really well for us and for them. You know?
So talk to us about the feeding schedule, given that you're a physician and you're working a lot.
Right. So Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, I'm home until 1 o'clock because, and then Wednesday and Friday I go into date. Because I work late in the evening instead of in the morning. And so those mornings I have plenty of time to feed them, but Wednesday and Friday, so I tank them up on Tuesday and I tank them up on Thursday to make sure I don't have to come out here and feed them or water them. I make sure there's lots of water and food, but otherwise I come every single day. So tomorrow it's going to be raining, so it makes it a little harder to come out here when it's pouring down rain. There's a 90% chance. So I'm going to tank them up today because these keep food really dry. These types of feeders, which is just PVC pipe. So they work really well to keep their food dry, so I don't have to come out tomorrow. So I always look at the weather to make sure they got plenty of food, and it makes it easier on me not to come out in the rain. So this is my farm helper, Miss Sorry Talk Cox, helping me. That'll probably be enough water in there. Oh, did you get them? You still have to fill one up? So we're filling water up for our rabbits.
We're doing. Everybody needs water.
All right.